Next is preparation of H2SO4 right here. Preparation of. So first method is known as a contact process. Contact process. Total three steps are there in this case. But this is very important reactions. If you are learning a P block element, if you're not learning this process, there is high chances of the things that the questions could be asked on this process. So step one is a sulfur dioxide is reacted with oxygen in the presence of vanadium pentoxide to give 2 moles of SO3. This is a gas. Okay, this is the gas which is formed. This is a step one. In step two, what is done is uh, this SO3 which is formed in a step one is reacted with the H2SO4. Now you must be there must be one question which will arise in our mind. So we are preparing H2SO4, right? We are preparing H2SO4, and why have to we add a H2SO4? Then what is the use of this preparation? I'll tell you the end of the um, preparation. What is the significance of this? As of now, it is sulfur trioxide and H2SO3 is being reacted, and what you get is H2S2O H2S2O7, right? This is also known as oleum. In some organic reactions, um, this oleum will come across. So this is a step three. Then step four, then sorry, step three, the H2SO4, sorry, this H2S2O7, the oleum which you got in a second step, you have to add water to this. Addition of the water. What you will get, the steps are very simple. Uh, if you add water to this, you will get 2 moles of H2SO4. The reaction is balanced. There are, if you see, this is 7 oxygen and 1 oxygen, so 8 oxygens. So there are 8 oxygens, there are 4 hydrogens and 2 sulfur. So this is what the thing is you are getting, means we added H2SO4. Means what is the significance? Although we are adding H2SO4, we are just adding 1 mole of H2SO4, and you are getting a 2 moles of H2SO4 as a product. So we are in the profit of 1 mole of H2SO4 in this contact process. So the thing about this reaction is 1 mole of H2SO4 gives 2 moles of H2SO4. Okay, that's it. So this is what the contact process is. Properties, with respect to properties of H2SO4, one, it is behaves as a it behaves as a dehydrating agent. Okay, second property means dehydrating agent means what? It will remove water. It will remove water. So dehydration of the alcohol, whenever we study the dehydration of the alcohol, that time as H2SO4 or acid is used, right? So this is acting as a dehydrating agent. It is highly acidic in nature, acidic in nature. Nature of this is highly acidic, gives H plus ion very easily. What is the meaning of good acid? Which can give its H plus ion very easily? That is a good acid. Third is it acts as a good oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means itself will get reduced, right? Since it is a good oxidizing agent means itself it will get reduced, means H2SO4 if you see, then oxidation state of the sulfur here, it is in the maximum oxidation state, it is plus 6. It cannot act as a reducing agent. If it is acting as a reducing agent, then oxidation state of the sulfur should go more than 6, but maximum it is in the maximum oxidation state, right? So that's why this will act as an oxidizing agent, and itself the oxidation state of the uh, sulfuric acid will get reduced to the lower oxidation state. That is the reason this is acting as a very good oxidizing agent. Further, I'll give, let us learn some reactions about the dehydrating agent. Okay, this H2SO4 is acting as a dehydrating agent. Hydrating agent. It can remove water very easily. For example, if I take this molecule C12H22O11, this is what, this is a sucrose. This is sucrose. And if I add a concentrated H2SO4, now remove as many as water molecules you can remove. How many water molecules I can remove? Since there are 22 hydrogens, I can remove 11 water molecules. What will remain? What will remain is just a carbon, and that is the black precipitate. Okay, it will be in the form of precipitate. Plus, what I can say is that 11H2O. Okay, or you take glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. This is glucose. And if you add a concentrated H2SO4, what you will get is again carbon black precipitate you are going to get, and plus how many water molecules you are going to get? Um, 6H2O. Okay, these are the things. Means to balance, I'll put 12 over here. But you are getting a carbon in a this format. A further more reactions of the dehydrating agent, third reactions of the dehydrating agent is that if we take a carboxylic acid HCOOH, okay, and you add a concentrated acid, concentrated H2SO4, you remove water molecule from this. Let's say if you can remove water molecule 1H plus and OH minus, what will be left? It will be left with a carbon monoxide gas and a H2O. Okay. Further, uh, this is called as a oxalic acid C2H C2H2O4. This is OH. Now, here if you see, if it can remove how many water molecules it can remove maximum, it can remove one water molecule. Let's consider this is that water molecule which we are removing. This is just a trick, not a mechanism, to remember how the what will be the products of the after dehydration. So first thing you are going to get this, means here there is one carbon dioxide, right? And other you will be getting is carbon monoxide. This is the way you can remember. So you are getting a carbon monoxide gas, right? You are also getting a carbon dioxide gas plus water. In this way, it acts as a strong oxidizing, sorry, strong dehydrating agent.